Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 113 days away from its official release by writer and director JJ Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to answer many of the burning questions from The Force Awakens, as well as, of course, creating new questions at the very beginning of this movie that will ultimately be answered at the very end of Episode 9. Now, just 2 days ago, we got the official release of The Rise of Skywalker teaser trailer number 2, all thanks to Good Morning America, that allowed us, the fans, to get a better sense of the overall tone of this movie and exactly where things are going for the final film of the sequel trilogy. Now, on top of all of this, a lot of fans have been asking about Dark Rey and exactly what's going on with Dark Rey and how is that really going to be utilized in Episode 9 and what it really means. Now, StarWars.com, which by the way is owned by Lucasfilm, they were able to talk about Dark Rey, and it's very interesting because they talked about Dark Rey and specified something that was ultimately and eventually changed later on, which could mean something. So let's get right into this. So, before the footage was officially released to the public and was only shown to the attendees over at D23, Lucasfilm actually had this to say on StarWars.com. And the new footage raised so many questions. Following a striking montage of scenes clipped from the other saga films, the unmistakable voice of Mark Hamill could be heard over the striking new scenes. We passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now. But this is your fight. The wise words were also part of the first trailer for the film, but the new footage, including a moment where Rey appears to toss a fully ignited lightsaber, and of course, the vision of a Rey with a reticulated red blade, was nothing short of thrilling. So that's what Lucasfilm had to say. However, they ultimately changed it to this. But the new footage, including a moment where Rey appears to toss a fully ignited lightsaber, and of course the sight of Rey with the reticulated red blade, was nothing short of thrilling, and of course the sight of Rey with the reticulated red blade was nothing short of thrilling. That's what they had to say. So, very interesting because they changed it from vision to sight on the official StarWars.com website. Why would they do that? Well, two reasons. It could be that they didn't want to essentially mislead people thinking that it is a vision, and they could have meant vision as in what they were seeing, or it could very well be that all along this is indeed going to be a vision, and Lucasfilm and Disney wanted to hide that big mistake of that, the fact that it will be a vision in The Rise of Skywalker, and changed it over to sight to save the actual moment. Now, like I say, that's what they had to say on StarWars.com, which, by the way, is owned by Lucasfilm, and what Lucasfilm had to say and describe about the footage related to Dark Rey. I do find it very intriguing how they changed it from, of course, vision to sight. Once again, that's what they say. Rey appears to toss a fully ignited lightsaber, and of course the vision of Rey with a reticulated red blade, and they changed vision to sight. So, like I say, Dark Rey, I really do believe that it's going to be a vision. I can't see them really spoiling anything to that extent in the form of footage, where we have a dark side Rey or a clone version of Rey per se. Even though that is very possible, mind you, it is very possible because we do know that JJ Abrams wants to do crazy and wild ideas with The Rise of Skywalker that's really going to change how we view the past 8 Star Wars movies. So I wouldn't doubt that he would do something as crazy as that. But it being a vision is the most likely scenario because, as you can see, in the teaser trailer, we do see Rey fighting Kylo Ren with her blue lightsaber blade still. She's still fighting Kylo Ren, and that is said to be the final battle toward the end of Episode 9. So, like I say, it does make a lot of sense now because it seems like that Disney and Lucasfilm may have slipped, that it is indeed just a vision, and they wanted to change that wording over to sight. Or that could have very well been that they just meant vision as in what they were actually seeing on the big screen, or what they were actually seeing on screen, and they wanted to use that choice of words, and they changed it over to sight. So it could be either or, to be honest. It's very hard to say. And that's what Lucasfilm had to say about Dark Rey on the official StarWars.com website. And, you know, Dark Rey and her double-bladed lightsaber, I gotta say, very unique and original. It came off as like a horror film, the way it was done, where you hear whispers and Vader's breathing, and it leads to a moment where it pans to the left and we see Rey with the double-bladed lightsaber. Almost looks like a tuning fork at first, and then it pretty much snaps down into a double-bladed lightsaber. Very interesting for sure. So, with that being said, we do know that Rey is going to have a completely different lineage in this film by JJ in comparison to what he originally wanted to do with The Force Awakens, and that was all due in part to Disney and Lucasfilm's course correction of the sequel trilogy and what George Lucas wanted to do also for the character of Rey while working with JJ. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.